Well, hello to you. Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Brainley's virtual tour live. Last night we covered part one, and there was a lot to talk about. Now we are about to review part two. Glad to have all of you here. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background. You hear the virtual tour music, don't you? And then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Yes, Razy is right here. Glad to have all of you here. Hope you guys had a good day today. Certainly did. Went to work and just chilled out, hanged out, talked to a good friend of mine from Cali, and now we are here. Let's do what we do and go on tour. So, I'm going to give you a quick recap of part one, a very quick recap because we have a lot to get to. So basically, in part one, Monique talks about herself and her family. She talks about some of the people that, went on her behalf to Tyler Perry. Talked about Oprah Winfrey very heavily. And then we talked about the Parkers and then how every job was special. So that was part one. Now we're on to part two. Let's do what we do and go on tour. Here we go. So part two starts, with her stand-up career. And, Shannon Sharpe says, you've been in the game a long time. Have, promoters ever been fair to Monique? And Monique said, call the police. Call the police. And she said that to the promoters. One time it was over $75. Now, I can actually believe this because here's the thing. Promoters, their job is to promote the comedy show, right? Or promote the concert. So promoters, they usually get a cut out of what the artist gets, right? So imagine you work this hard and they want to cheat you out $75. No, that show's $75, right? So every time that Monique and Sydney get into, calling people out, Sydney says, we're not calling people out, we're calling people up. Because when we call people up, hopefully they'll take the accountability, we'll all be able to move forward. So then, we get into, Taraji P. Henson, The Color Purple. And Monique said, how are you handpicked, but you had to audition for the role? And Monique said that she's not bitter, but she's determined to go after what is right. And I will say this, Monique. I think even though you're determined to go after what's right doesn't mean that you're not bitter along the way, right? And look, it is okay to be bitter about some things, right? Sometimes it's an opportunity that didn't work out. Sometimes it's a relationship that didn't work out. It can be anything and everything, right? So I think we're all bitter about something. But I get why you said that, right? Because after a while, you just want to be respected, you want to be embraced, and you want your voice to be among the conversation, not just brought up as a mention in the conversation. So I get what you mean by that, but also too, it's okay if you were bitter. We're all human, right? So her first big break was the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York City. And so she said how she knew that she made. There was a woman in the front row with a Jerry curl, and she determined if people liked you or not. When that woman with a Jerry curl stood up, she got a standing ovation. And then Monique still gets nervous about, doing it again and the joy of being able to do it. And I think it was Katie Couric when she was on Good Afternoon America with Josh Elliott and Lara Spencer on ABC that Bruce Springsteen said to Katie Couric that if you don't have any nerves, that means you don't care. And I feel that nerves are healthy just as long as you run your nerves and your nerves don't run you. Like every time that I hit the go live button in StreamYard, I have nerves because I don't know if the content that I'm creating live is going to hit live. But I also get the nerves like, oh my God, like literally when you see that countdown clock of like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and it counts down to 10, 9, 8. I'm like, oh God, I'm 10 seconds away from going live. There is a nervousness about having the energy to go after something that you love to do. So I really appreciate that side of Monique. So y'all know the whole bonnet situation, right? Of how, women are wearing bonnets out in public, and Monique didn't like that at all. And it was a whole back and forth with the culture. And so rather, Monique said, that's like y'all Halloween costume. I'm like, damn, that's a Halloween costume. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there will be these things on Instagram of like from Spirit Halloween, and it was too funny. But I think the reason why people got upset with Mo is because, like, Mo, you a celebrity, so you can have your hair done, right? We don't. So we going out there in the capacity and capability and the fashion that we can just to get through the day. And she said that, listen, ever since we gone off the boat, we've been going through something. She didn't tell no lies there. And so I'm glad that she clarified that, because later on in the interview, she says, how y'all gave me the title of auntie and how I take that on. And so here's the thing, right? I think in terms of us wanting people to care about us, we have to be at peace with what we ask for. We ask people to care about us. Well, guess what? When somebody cares about you, they're going to say what needs to be said, and everything may not come out their mouth correct, right? So, Shannon asked a really good question of, how do you, hey, Prosperity, love you, Queen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you very, very much. Y'all subscribe to Prosperity, Thick Girl, 40, like, comment, share, subscribe to that sister right there. Love you, Prosperity, and thank you so much for being here. Love you. So Shannon asked a really good question. He asked, wait, is it going in and out? Hello, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Type of one in the chat if my sound is going in and out, or type of 2 if you can fully hear me, because I'm live. My mic is live and everything. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna do something real quick. Now you're in, Paul. Okay. Hey, Paul Briggs. Good to see you, sir. Paul is a fellow collaborator. If you guys do not know about the Onyx collab, okay, you may have to go out and come back in. Yeah, you may have to go and come back in, Prosperity. But I appreciate you letting me know. Love you as always. Olea Sample, welcome in. Glad to have you here as well. So Shannon, he asked a really good question to Monique, and asking, how do you love some in the community when they don't love you back? And I felt like that was a really heavy question for Monique, because how do you do that? How do you love your own community when there are people in your own community that don't love you? It's almost like segregation. How do you try to show love to people that hate your existence? I know I took it back there, but I mean, it is what it is. And so, Sydney, her husband, said, I may dislike what they do, but I don't dislike you because you make mistakes. And I think for Monique to be that humble and that understanding and that sincere, I think that shows a lot of growth, because Monique, hey, Mr. Real Talk Prince, welcome in. Monique has, that part, Paul. They hated Jesus too. Absolutely right. Hey, Mr. Real Talk Prince, welcome in. They hated Jesus too. Absolutely. And, honestly, I feel the exact same way. When I cover stuff on Virtual Tour Live, there are times where when I'm covering our culture, I can't stand our culture. Like Tyrese saying he wishes he was Latino, and then put up a picture of him in a whole mariachi outfit, which is disrespecting the Latino community and the Latin community and the Latinx and the Latina community. That's just disrespecting the whole culture. But then there are times where we cover, like that young lady who has Curl Mix, that amazing business, or the young lady that has Kim and that gender neutral fragrance. There are times where I love my culture, right? So what I have to recognize within myself, everybody in your community is not going to like you, but there are people in your community that are going to like you. So for every person that's a hater, there's a lover right behind them. Hey, Bama Girl 02012, glad to have you here. So I really was proud of Monique for that, because she had every right to say her truth, and she could have really flamed us, but she also recognizes that there are some people hurt in our community too. They just don't know how to articulate it. So I thought that was a really great moment from Monique. And so, Shannon said, not Shannon, but Monique said, when everything went crazy, Sydney was there. And Monique said, I wish I could take you and bottle you up so every black woman can take a sip of what it is to be loved by a black man. And Shannon said that, during the hardest times with Monique, that Monique said that when she was at her lowest, he loved her at her highest. But the quote was, when she was at her lowest, he loved her at her best. And I have to say this, like, even though it really is weird to hear a grown woman call her man daddy, right? We got to understand that relationships are in the eye of the beholder, right? And Monique said that she had to grow up, because y'all remember Monique back in the day, she said skinny itches are evil, right? So she grew up out of being so tough and having those walls up and thinking she knew everything, because she recognized that in order to get to where she needed to be, she could bring that energy with her. And so I appreciate the fact that Sydney came through and was that man for her. Hey, Cheryl H. Tuff, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Now, there was an interview with Tiffany Haddish in GQ magazine, and she said a quote of, I'm glad I don't have a husband like Monique. And then Monique mentally scorched Tiffany Haddish by saying, if you had a husband like mine, maybe if you had one, you wouldn't have 2 DUIs. Maybe you would not have been looking like that you're grooming children. And I'm like, damn. And listen, I think at this point, Tiffany Haddish should really shut up. Don't you say nothing to Monique, because Monique was right in that. Not so much that if you had a husband that you wouldn't be in that situation, but I think what she was really trying to say was, if you had some responsibility to attend to, maybe you wouldn't be in the situations that you're in. And I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that, because I think Tiffany Haddish, she pleaded like non-guilty when she had to plead guilty to 2 DUIs and had to undergo drug testing. So, and she says she's not an alcoholic, but yet 2 times behind the wheel while the car was running, you were drunk. Monique powed mentally and did not miss for ish. So, Shannon brings up then that you had to audition for Moesha. And Monique says she never auditioned for Moesha. That, in Moesha, it was always talked about Kim's mom. And so that was the entryway. Because usually in television, there is a pilot, right? The pilot is basically like a audition tape for acting. So in acting, you have a reel, but in television, you have a pilot, right? So let's just say Brainley's Virtual Tour Live for Brainley's Virtual Tour, we did a pilot to sell to ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, the CW, Netflix, Max, Hulu. Y'all get the gist. But the way this happened was Monique wanted to be a talk show host, and there was a person from Big Ticket Television. And if y'all don't remember Big Ticket Television, it came on at the end of every UPN show. It had like this big TV smile. It was like in a TV box. It had this green smile, and it was like, ooh, yeah. Like I said, I'm a nerd over media, y'all, so listen. But basically, this person said, I don't have a talk show for Monique, but she can actually got her own sitcom. And so, Monique, they asked Monique, could you act? And Monique knew she couldn't act, but she said, of course I can act, because she just wanted the opportunity. So, with all that being said, Monique says the way she rolls is, if you can't look at my resume and choose me based off of my merits, no thank you. And it's offer only, it's no audition. And you know what? I'm just like, you know what, Mo, you shouldn't be too humble. Anytime you have a chance to audition, it is an opportunity to show your range. But then when you have put in more than enough work to be in the room, then I got what Mo was saying, right? And it's a fine line, right, of being able to know what you want and go after what you want and be respected for that, right? So then, the Parkers come up. And so, the network, said, if you work for the Parkers, you have to park outside the studio. So Monique parked outside the studio, was walking across the lot, and the security guard said, baby, where are you going? And she was like, I'm walking across the lot because they told me I had to park outside the studio. So this brother gave a brotherly laugh, not laughing at her, but like, oh, that's cute. That's real cute. And so this brother took Monique to her parking space. Monique did not know that she had a parking space on her own show. Now think about how powerful that is, right? You finally make it on your own. Hey, Story B, welcome in, Queen. Glad to have you here. You finally make it with your own show, but you don't even know that you got privileges with your own show. And I thought that was such a powerful lesson of how we are so grateful to be in the room that we don't know the privileges that we have of being in the room. Oh, I'm going to say that hashtag one more time for the one more time. We know that we are in the room, but we don't know the privileges we have of being in the room. That was deep for me. I hope it was deep for you. So as we're rolling on here, so we get into the celebrity and the minutia of Monique, the solo Monique, right? So she was that fat black girl that was vying for attention. She came from a middle class background, and when she had a son, she wanted him to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. And so, that came with a cost, right? So as Monique was providing for her son, she was doing these comedy specials. She was spending, 12 hours a day, on the lot doing the Parkers. And so, great power comes great responsibility. So, with her second set of children, she wanted to do something different with her second set of children. She wants them to be good. And so Monique felt that she robbed a mother-son relationship. And so, Shannon asked, what is the relationship with your son now? And Monique said it was a very much separated relationship. And she said, she gives it to God. She's going to allow time to heal. Now, Whoopi Goldberg said, to Barbara Walters that, I feel bad for not being able to spend time with my child, but also I had a shot and I took it. I had a shot and I took it. What would have happened if I would not have taken the shot? I wouldn't be where I'm at now to provide my child a life that they could not imagine. And, we don't know everything about a relationship, but we do know that in mother-son relationships, just like daddy-daughter relationships, there are highs and there are lows. So I am praying for that son that whatever time he didn't get with his mom, that he understands that he now has time with his mom as well. You cannot get the time back that you had back then, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the time that you have with her now. So I really do pray for that relationship. I really do. So, so Monique said that sometimes when you are apologizing, you can't just say, I'm sorry for everything. You have to break down the apology to know what you're accountable for. And so the relationship with Sydney and Monique, they were brother and sister. and Sydney was Mo's backbone as she was growing in her career, and he made her life right. So there was one moment that Gerald Levert was Monique's husband in her head, but not in reality. So Monique threw a party because this was after the BET Awards, and so then she had to go to Essence Fest. So after Sydney said after Essence Fest, Sydney wants to talk to Monique, and so Monique was coming out the shower, and so Sydney and Monique were roommates, and so Sydney, bit her bottom lip. And it was a kiss, and they were like, "Wait a minute, you're my sis, you're my bro," in that type of relationship. Not that they were actual brother and sister, but I pick at you, you pick at me, but I'll come through for you, you come through for me. And so Sydney fixed dinner and did a poem for her, and they've been together for 19 years and haven't looked back. And Mo knew that she could trust Sydney, but did not know he could be that king for her and helped her grow up. Um, it did give me a lot of perspective, you know what I mean, on their relationship. Because I didn't know why she would say daddy and stuff like that. Um, but like she said, with her family, her and her family are estranged. Hey, so I'm talking Louisiana Chick 318. By the way, you had a excellent live last night. I just want you to know I was there. I tuned in for a little bit. You did a great job, sister. Love you very much. Y'all subscribe to Swamp Talk with Louisiana Trick 318. Love you, sister, very, very, very much. So I really did appreciate the context, right? And like she said, she didn't, her biological family, they're estranged, right? So sometimes people who are not blood are more your family than the people who are blood that are your family. So I'm giving her some grace with her relationship. I wouldn't call my girlfriend mama because my mama's my mama, right? But everything is in the eye of the beholder. And what Monique said of we have a problem with black men supporting black women. Um, I think it's true and untrue. I think it's true that sometimes, black men are portrayed as this and that, but I don't think it's true because the relationships that are good, like Angela Bassett, Courtney Vance, we do celebrate them. So, like I said, everything's in the eye of the beholder, but not everything gets publicized, not everything gets promoted. But that being said, welcome in everybody. Hi, I'm Braylon Lee. That live chat has the legendary Taurus, as the legendary Alpha MC calls us, and Swamp Talk calls us. We are the Virtual Travis, the Virtual Tour family. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the all notification bell so that way you get all my notifications when I go live. We are talking about part 2 of the Club Shay Shay, the Shannon Sharpe and Monique interview. Glad to have all of you here. Participate in the live chat, and when I drop the link, you can give your take over part 1 and part 2. Glad to have you here. Much love, everybody. So we get into the Queens of Comedy. Now, I thought that Monique was an original Queen of Comedy, right? But apparently she was not. It was nonstop history making. Samore was the headliner for the tour. And when it came to Atlanta, Samore saw Monique in such a light that when she got off the stage, Samore said, "You the headliner," and they never talked about it ever again. Because of the fact that Samore understood that the power responsibility is bigger than the one to be seen. And that is a artist. An entertainer wants to be seen. A artist wants to be embraced. You know what? Let me type that in the chat. Entertainer. Hang on, y'all. Because I think that's a powerful quote. A entertainer wants to be seen, and an artist wants to be embraced. Braylon Lee. Because I really feel that's true. I really do feel that's true. An entertainer wants to be seen, and an artist wants to be embraced. And so I feel that that's what Samore was doing by making Monique the headliner. Um, Monique said that the Queens of Comedy were not treated fair, and the money was not being right. And so, the Monique's manager said, no more C and D promoters. Hey, Deborah Jackson, welcome in. Glad to have you here, beautiful. Good to see you here. Um, so Monique's manager said no more C and D promoters. So Walter Lathan was the creator and executive producer of the Kings of Comedy and the Queens of Comedy. And so, the first check wasn't right because Monique's manager called and said the first check wasn't right. So Monique said, you know what, with those C and D promoters, they always have my money right. Either get all my money or I'm going to get to step it. And so Walter Lathan provided all cash. And I'm just like, listen, Monique could have been in the world of power. Okay, listen. Monique could have been auntie to go St. Patrick. You heard? That would have been fire, though. That would have been fire. Honestly, to tell you the truth, now that I think about it, man, if season 7 would introduce Monique as Ghost Auntie, that would have been a fire season of Monique being a rival to Ghost, but that's her nephew. That would have been amazing. Season 7. I think it could have went to season 7 personally. That's just my theory. But anyway, and by the way, there was a theory that Ghost really did pass away. That Ghost switched out the bullets to non-lethal ones, and allegedly someone on the Power, Ryan Sapp said, who said something to you. Oh, thank you, Deborah Jackson, so much for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate you, beautiful. Thank you so much. Love you very much. Thank you. And when I heard that theory, I'm just like, oh my God, that would be a good theory. Now, I will say this. When Tariq put his younger sister in that situation, he should have got the brakes beat off of him. Because you don't involve your younger family members in your bullish. If you going to get offed, you do that by your damn self. You don't involve your younger family members. But that's all. That's the Power universe. Let's get back to this, okay? I was just saying that because 50 Cent also helped out Monique, but that would have been cool if she was in the Power universe. But anyway, anything can happen still. She was in Black Mafia family, and she could be in Power. But anyway, let's get back to this. So Monique wanted all of her check, and Monique and Samore's assistants would not fight, but they would scratch you. So here's the thing. For the Kings of Comedy, each king had their own limo, but all the Queens of Comedy had to share a limo. And Monique was like, we all better have our own limo or we ain't doing this at all. And so with the Kings of Comedy, they each got a Rolex watch at the end of it. And Shannon Sharpe said, where is yours? And Monique said, I'm still waiting for mine. And I'm like, man, the stories that we don't hear, right? The stories that we don't hear. You know what I mean? So yes, indeedy. So then we get to Precious, y'all. So we've been hearing so much about Precious. So Monique was contractually obligated to promote under Lee Daniels Productions, magazines, TV, and the Oprah Winfrey Show, right? So she was obligated to promote it domestically, not internationally. So Monique had the Monique Show that was on BET. Y'all remember the Penthouse and the song? Hey, do it till you're satisfied. Come on and shout, do it. And, wrap yourself and hug yourself because we all just been hugged. Y'all remember the Monique Show. It was actually one of the biggest shows on BET. Really was. And also two people said we've never been treated like this ever. So it was really an iconic show for BET. And you know what? Honestly, tell you the truth, how can I put this? Monique, do the Monique Show on BET Plus. And not to mention too, is the Monique Show even on BET Plus? Because what I would do is listen, Open up that Monique show catalog on BET Plus and bring the revival back on BET Plus. If Donnie Simpson can do video so on BET Plus, the Monique show should be able to come back on BET Plus. Use your resources. I know you got that deal with Endemol, but also too, use your history to determine your destiny. Let's roll on. Let's roll on. So she had the Monique show and she had the Spread the Love tour. So the Cannes Film Festival is in Cannes, France. So they wanted to promote Precious in Cannes, France. And so with that happening, Lionsgate reached out to Sydney to reach out to Monique for her to promote the film, and she respectfully declined because, like I said, she had the Monique show, she had to Spread the Love tour, and she just wanted to be at home. Now, I completely understand that, right? Let's just say that, how can I put this? Let's just say that I worked for, what company could I say? I'm trying to think. You know what? Let's say BET, right? Let's say that I was working for BET and I would be working for BET Black Entertainment Live. BEL, Black Entertainment Live on the red carpet, right? And they said to me that, hey, Bray, we want you to do Black Entertainment Live on the red carpet from the Cannes Film Festival. Well, guys, listen. I did that for the BET Awards. I did for this. I did for that. I've been on the red carpet so much, I haven't been able to spend time with my thick delicious wife and my lovely kids. I respectfully decline. Can y'all not get my co-host to do it? Because here's the thing. The entertainment industry is the hardest industry to be in because you are giving of yourself to the world 365 days a year, and you still have to live a life for yourself, of yourself, and by yourself with the people that allow you in your life. So that's not easy. That's not an easy cross to bear. So with that being said, Lionsgate called back and said, what can we do to get Monique out here? We'll give her extra week in France. We'll upgrade, her hotel room. We'll give her babysitters. So Monique said, I respectfully decline. And then when they called back, Sydney said, is there a promotional, is there a price attached to her promoting in Cannes? And Lionsgate said, we would never pay for promotion, even though film studios have a marketing budget, but y'all will never pay for promotion. Make that make sense for me, but let's roll on. Monique said, I respect what you have to say. I respect that y'all don't pay for promotion, but you also have to respect I don't work for free. That part. Like if I was working for BET and did Black Entertainment Live from the red carpet, or BET Live on the red carpet, guess what? If y'all want me to come out to Cannes Film Festival and I already put in the request to be off, guess what? Y'all gonna have to pay me an extra check for me to fly into Cannes and cover it live on BET. Y'all just gonna have to do that. So I feel Monique on that. So then y'all know the Hoodie Awards, which is Steve Harvey's award show, for the best barbershop, the best car wash. I wish he would bring it back because I feel like there's some new categories: the best student, best professor, best content creator. Just saying. And Steve, he should bring back the Hoodie Awards, and I should host it. Really give this award show to a new generation. Let's celebrate the good in the neighborhood. And it was a powerful platform. It still can be a powerful platform. But anyway, the reason why I bring up the Hoodie Awards because Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey were there, and so basically Tyler Perry was in his dressing room with some people, his entourage, and Monique came through with her entourage. And then what ended up happening, Monique went to the room, and this is what Monique said in the interview, y'all. I'm not making this up, okay? Everything's legit in my opinion for entertainment purposes only. Tyler Perry clapped his hands, and all his people fled. Hey, April Showers Network, welcome and glad to have you here. So Tyler Perry clapped his hands, and everybody fled. And Shannon Sharpe said, Why did Tyler Perry do the clapper? Clap on, clap off, the clapper. And I'm just like, you know what, Shannon? Go to the corner. Go to the damn corner in Club Shay Shay. Go to the damn corner of your own club and shut up. Because you told no lies. But I'm just like, I know Tyler Perry did not do that. But then Monique handled herself accordingly because she said, y'all don't work for Tyler Perry, y'all work for me. And I would be the exact same way. Just because you clap and make everybody flee, my team rolls with me. You heard? In the words of many grown black people, you're grown and so am I. So Tyler Perry said, hey, listen, you're nominated for an Oscar. Your next project will be, no, seriously, I'm just saying. I would have Monique's energy too. Absolutely, I'll have Monique's energy. If I was working, with a network executive clapped their hands and said, no. Listen, y'all don't leave. I know this is the executive of Hulu, or this is the executive of Napster, or this is the executive, of Target, or, whoever I'm working for, but y'all roll with me. Y'all don't work for them. Listen. But Tyler Perry said, you're nominated for an Oscar. Your next project, you will get a guaranteed $3 million to $5 million. But if you win it, your next project will be $6 million to $8 million. And all Monique wanted, just pay me to promote it. And Tyler said, I don't give away free money. And Monique said that she doesn't work for free. And they hugged because they both understood each other, allegedly. So Oprah called Sydney and said, I understand your position. I understand your line in the sand. And Reggie Wells was there with Oprah. And Reggie Wells, who was Oprah's makeup artist, recently passed away. Rest in peace to Reggie Wells, and shout out love, peace, and blessings to his family and his friends, and to the makeup and artist community. And the phone call was on speakerphone, and Reggie Wells said, you should pay Monique. That wasn't right. And so Reggie Wells came on Monique's and Sydney's show. It was like an unright type of show, wherever it was. So here's the thing, right? If you're an Oprah, I love you. I really do. I respect what you have done. But Oprah, if your makeup artist is telling you to pay somebody, then where are you at? Right? And so then after that, Shannon wants Oprah and Tyler on his show. And Jamaica Carter knows T.S. Madison. And so T.S. Madison called Lee Daniels, and Lee Daniels appeared on Turned Out with T.S. Madison on the Fox Soul Network. And so, when Cat Williams said to Shannon Sharpe, you allow these people to lie in your face, Monique is asking Shannon to call Steve Harvey. And so here's what I feel about it, right? I feel like at this point, because everybody has been saying that the conversation needs to happen. Now, I feel like Shannon was kind of under duress when he was asked if Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey could come on the show. But you know what? I said this to a friend of mine, that the more that Monique talks, the more her truth becomes validated. So what do I personally think? And this same friend said to me, well, if you're a billionaire, why would you respond? Because your social capital means more than your financial capital. It's hard to rebuild your social capital once it's gone. So to me, okay, well, if you talk about me, guess what? I'm gonna come on the platform that you talked on me about. So I think Oprah should go on and do her own interview with Shannon Sharpe. And I think Tyler Perry should go on and do his own interview with Shannon Sharpe. I really do, because at this point, we need to hear from him. That's what I think. And with Steve, Steve was already on Shannon Sharpe's podcast. You know what I mean? No, I know that they're not. But I'm just saying, it would it would alleviate at least a little bit. But you know what though, because Story B, here's the crazy thing, right? And I always have said this: talk shows and podcasts are basically tour stops for celebrities so they can promote their projects so they won't be homeless on the street. So I do think when Tyler Perry, for example, you know what? Tyler Perry has some new movies coming out. Let me see something. Tyler Perry, Netflix. Okay, so Tyler Perry has a new movie called Medea's Destination Wedding. I bet you this much: Tyler Perry will go on the Club Shay Shay podcast to promote that new Madea movie. I bet you that. The Cat Williams interview got 57 million views. Last time I checked on Monique's interview, it got 1 million views. Tyler Perry will go on. Absolutely will go on. And also, too, Oprah Winfrey's been dealing a lot with mental health recently. And I think if Oprah has something to promote, I think she will also go on Club Shay Shay's podcast, especially if it has something to do with Black men. You bet. So wait a minute, you're betting a $10 super chat to me if they go on Club Shay Shay. Okay, I'll take you at it. Now listen, I did not ask for a $10 super chat. I just want that to be very, very clear on the record. Not record. I want to be clear on the record. I did not ask for a $10 super chat. Okay? So, but here's the thing. And I just want Castoria to know she does not have to do this, okay? I just want that to be fully clear because I don't ask for nothing. Any cash apps, super chat, super sticker, super thanks, I don't ask y'all for that because guess what? If I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I will get it. You know what I mean? I'm very gracious for y'all even being here. Because this right here, 7 people here right now, that is a super chat. That's a super thanks. That's a super sticker. That's a cash app. That's a social cash app. You know what I mean? So listen. But I only say that because guess what? Celebrities need promotion. You know what I mean? Celebrities need promotion. So I do believe that Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey will go on Club Shay Shay if they got something to promote. They will be stupid not to. They will be absolutely dumb, doggone stupid for not going on Club Shay Shay if they got something to promote. Because let me tell you something. 57 million views, close to 60 million views on one interview. That's almost like the Oscars. That's Oscar numbers. 57 million views in one sitting. Over time. Are you kidding? Oh no. Oprah. Hey, I said, welcome and glad to have you here. Oprah and Shannon Sharpe. Not Shannon Sharpe. Oprah and Tyler Perry will go on. For 57 million views, for the potential 57 million views, they could do that. Why? They can go to CBS. I mean, listen. They could go to CBS because of Gayle King. But let me ask you this. Does CBS Mornings bring in 57 million viewers a day or no? Because last time I checked, the number one morning show was Good Morning America. A third place morning show moved their show to Times Square when nobody asked them to. And I'm going to just say this right now. Robin Roberts is more beloved on more TV than Gayle King. If you hear of a Robin Roberts interview versus a Gayle King interview, who are you going to tune into? Let's roll the hell on. And before y'all say in the bushes, Braylon disrespecting Black women, that's not true. That's not true at all. Because here's the thing. Oprah Winfrey has always looked up for Gayle King. Remember that Oprah's Guide to Own, the launch of Own? One of the shows was the Gayle King Show. That was on Oprah Radio, Oprah and Friends before that on Sirius XM. And Oprah and Gayle King were both journalists in Baltimore, and that Gayle King flew in one day just to make sure that Oprah was okay. It was a snowstorm, and Gayle King's been a journalist for a very long time. And Gayle King asked Oprah if it was okay for her to leave her show to go with CBS Mornings. And Oprah said, "Girl, do what you need to do." So Gayle King is a very damn well-respected journalist. And I love Gayle King for what she does. She does that. She runs Oprah Magazine. So don't come at me saying I don't respect black women, because guess what? This person is a walking encyclopedia of media. Y'all can't do what I do. Y'all don't got the capacity, y'all don't have the capacity, capability, or comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to do what I do. So shut the hell up talking to me. Check my receipts before you try to check me. But in the same token, though, Robin Roberts is bigger than Gayle King. We can be respectful of somebody's career and also call out the damn truth. Hell. Because I bet you this much. If Oprah Winfrey goes to Robin Roberts, I bet you that'll get bigger numbers than Gayle King. If Tyler Perry goes to Robin Roberts, I bet you that'll get bigger numbers than Gayle King. So get the fuck out of here talking to me. Hell. Y'all gotta know optics and research create circumstances. Y'all can learn something from me. Hell. Let's roll the hell on. So anyway, and by the way, too, let me just say this about Steve Harvey, right? We only know what somebody gives us, right? Steve Harvey has East 112th Street Productions. Steve Harvey did an overall deal with Tamar Braxton. That deal hasn't materialized. But Steve, if you are saying that Monique can do more, why don't you offer her overall deal with East 112th Street Productions to produce some stuff for Monique? Or to produce some stuff with Monique? Just saying. You know what I mean? So, and look, every celebrity has been a failure and every celebrity has been a success. Let's be real about it. Okay? So there's that. So Monique got paid $50,000 for Precious, which is an independent film. Usually after Oscar win, there's an Oscar run where you have nothing but movies and cameos and opportunities and all that stuff. And so then the next film after that was Will Packer, Almost Christmas. Now, before I get to Will Packer, right, because Will Packer has a deal with the Oprah Winfrey Network. For those of you who don't know, Will Packer produces Put a Ring on It and also produces Ready to Love. Now, Oprah, I'm just going to give you some free game from one broadcaster to another because your network desperately needs content. Oprah, if you were the main one, solo dolo, hashtag numero uno, to do the after Oscar show from the Dolby Theater the next day, why don't you do the after Oscar special on the Oprah Winfrey Network? Why don't you do Harpo's Favorite Things on the Oprah Winfrey Network? Or not Harpo's Favorite Things. You did Oprah's Favorite Things, but you did that for military families. Why don't you do a Harpo's Hookup Special on the Oprah Winfrey Network? Why don't you do a Wildest Dream series on the Oprah Winfrey Network based on your Wildest Dream series from back in the day when you gave everybody Pontiac G6s? You got so much damn content from 25 years that you ain't using. Are you kidding me? Child. Okay. I'm giving tough love because I want to see OWN be great. Shouldn't take a 29-year-old to know your own content history when you own the content and you can make that content happen, Oprah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so the next film, I think there was a film before that. I can't remember what the film was. But then the next film was Almost Christmas with Will Packer. So the check was just for the cameo, right? And so the director of that film was David E. Talbot. For those of you who don't know who David E. Talbot is, he does plays and movies and all that type of stuff. So David E. Talbot was roommates with Sydney in college. Oprah did sell the Oprah Winfrey Network for shares in the company. But here's the thing. I said, if I called the Oprah Winfrey Network to say, hey, I would like to pitch a show to the Oprah Winfrey Network. Oh, that's cute. Well, thank you for your time and we'll get back to you. If Oprah calls, she immediately going up to any executive she wants to. So even though ownership in the network is important, it's the social ownership that sometimes can be more powerful than the financial ownership, if that makes sense. But I appreciate you saying that because, yes, she did sell her share in the Oprah Winfrey Network. So for this, hey, Nikki News, welcome and glad to have you here, beautiful. Good to see you. So for this cameo from Will Packer, Will Packer said, I'll give you a 3-picture deal and a sitcom. So there was a directive from a director, and Will Packer overstepped that director. And so it was Will Packer, David E. Talbot, and the first AD, associate producer. And basically, Monique was like, what you're not going to do is disrespect this black director. If you have a directive for me, you give it to the director, then the director gives it to me, but you will not disrespect the director. And let me tell you something, I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? I don't care how big I get as Braylon Lee. If I am, hey, Thumma Lil, welcome in, beautiful. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Let's just say, right, if I was producing, a reality competition, right, and the director of that competition was saying something, and I override that director, I would never do that. Even though I'm the creator of this reality competition and stuff, that is my director who directs how the reality competition is seen. I give that to the director, because I gave him that power or her that power or that individual that power because I believe in their power. You know what I mean? So shout out to Monique for, definitely making sure respect is being given. And that's one thing that nobody can say about Monique, that how she throws down is a lie. Because that would piss me off too. If I was the host of something and somebody came in and disrespected the director, no. Give that to the director. If you want me to host it in a different way, tell the director that. I know you're the executive producer, you're the head person in charge, but no, each person has a role. So then Monique was in her trailer with her hair stylist, her makeup artist, and Robin, who was Monique's assistant at the time. And Will Packer's assistant said, why are your shoes off? And it was in the way that she said it. And not to mention, her assistant was in her trailer, right? So Monique said, we're not doing this. No. So Will Packer, allegedly, now I don't say the N-word. Just want y'all to know, I normally don't say the N-word. So trigger warning for everybody. I am just repeating what was in the interview, okay? So Will Packer, and this is allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, from the interview, Will Packer came into Monique's trailer and said, I'm the head nigga in charge, to Monique. So then Monique said, we have a legend of Danny Glover. Are you the head nigga in charge of Danny Glover? Are you the head nigga in charge of Kimberly Elise? Are you the head nigga in charge of Gabrielle Union? And she said that Will Packer tried to laugh it off. Now, Will, you have done $1 billion at the box office, but bruh, if you did that, because I don't know that you did personally, I'm just going off of what Monique said, but if you did that, that wasn't cool. Just because you the head in charge doesn't mean that you don't have responsibility being the head in charge. That wasn't cool. So, how, the Color Purple said that, the food, there wasn't food and they had to share a trailer. Monique said the food was slop, or craft services was slop, and that the trailers blew up. So Monique said that she was smelling gas, and the people who came to fix it said, we did let Will Packer know. He just said, okay. And Will Packer never reached out to Monique to figure out if everything was okay. All they asked allegedly was where was Aunt May's wigs. And so I will say this. For that to be the biggest concern, that was a disrespectful production. Because guess what? If that trailer would have blown up with Monique, and Monique said this, what would you say to my family? Not to mention, that's a lawsuit on your hands, Will Packer. That's also a lawsuit for the studio. And let me just say this. You know, I have not seen Precious. I'm just gonna let y'all know that now. I have not seen Precious. But I will say this. In the movie Almost Christmas, I saw Monique and the soul of Monique on full display. Yeah, I hadn't seen Precious, y'all. I'm sorry, I hadn't seen it. You know, yeah, I'm serious with y'all. I have not seen it, not because I don't want to see, but it's just I just didn't watch it. But I know about Gabrielle Sidibe because I saw her on Empire. You know what I mean? But I say that to say this, right? Movies, television, music, podcasts, whatever, it hits different audiences at different times, right? So I actually saw the movie this Christmas with my family, or Almost Christmas. And that scene at the end, I'm not spoiling anything, but let's just say Danny Glover's character, or the character Danny Glover was playing, was on a mission to recreate something, right? And so it was this scene between Monique and Danny Glover, and it was Precious is intense. Watching it one evening when you don't need to be anywhere early the next day. See, and that's what I need, right? Because honestly, y'all, and I thought about this today. I'm gonna tell y'all how real my production schedule is, right? So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do 11 a.m. shows, right? So that's 3 shows. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, I do 3 6 p.m. shows. So 3 11 a.m. shows, 3 6 p.m. shows. Then I have the Onyx Collab. So that's 6 shows, right? Then I have the Onyx Collab, which is 5 shows a week, Monday through Friday. So that is 11 shows a week, Monday through Friday. 11 shows a week. Just like there's 11 people in the building right now. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hashtag much love, everybody. 11 shows a week. I did not recognize how many shows I was doing. Okay. So, good Lord. Did I see the reading? Yeah. And I work 3 days a week. at a grocery store. So, yeah. So, when I tell y'all that I put in that work, You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really get bogged down into what people say, because guess what? Here's the thing. The people that talk the most about you, do you ever notice they can't never do what you do? Ain't that something? The people that have the most to talk about, they have the most to say, they have the most to drag you, allegedly. They can't do what you do. Shocking, ain't it? I did not see the reading with Monique, but I did hear that she put her good foot in that. I did hear that. So that scene, back to Almost Christmas, the Will Packer production, that scene with Monique and Danny Glover, it was so powerful because it was Monique at her finest, giving love, giving compassion, and connecting Danny Glover's character to this accomplishment that he's worked so hard for. Y'all, that ending of Almost Christmas with Monique and Danny Glover, masterpiece. You know what? The Oscars should have an Oscar for best scene in a movie, damn it. Because that would have been up for nomination. By the way, y'all, I saw some news today about the Oscars that next year, that best casting will be up for an award. So Leah Daniels Butler will be up for nomination. Leah Daniels Butler has been up for many, many things. So hopefully that black sister will get, because you know how cool it would be if Lee Daniels and Leah Daniels Butler, the first black brother and sister duo in Hollywood, both are Oscar winners. I'm praying that for them. I really am. So with that being said, Shannon Sharpe then asked, what would it take for Monique to forgive Oprah and Tyler, to be accountable? Now for Tyler, Monique wants Tyler to pay her fairly and be accountable. For Oprah, it's just an apology. So Monique had a private conversation with Oprah about their mothers. And so, Monique asked, can you ask Oprah and Tyler to come on? And then Monique also asked as well. And then, Monique said, we'll do you one better. Me and Sydney will sit right next to Tyler Perry. Now, I'm like, listen, you get more flies with honey than vinegar, okay? This is your truth. And this is the thing I would have said to Mo, okay? This is what I would have said to Mo. Do not say that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of the simple fact of, let the groundswell of support for you and let Tyler Perry's name and Oprah Winfrey's name be loud enough where they have to come on. Because if you're asking for them to come on, then you put control in their hands. I mean, y'all can do what you want to do, but I'm just giving you game. You understand? So, and don't worry, I will drop the link so y'all can come up, because I know that this is a lot. So then we get into Monique's brother. And, Monique says that she heard a quote that Shannon Sharpe doesn't mess with black women. And Shannon Sharpe was like, I do mess with black women. And Monique said his kids is black. And so, Shannon's grandmother said to Shannon, never chase a lie. And so, Monique has always had this aggressive personality. And her mindset is, I'm going to get you before you get me, because of how she was molested by her brother. And so Monique had her share of men. And, back in the day, it was real men loving black women in all shapes and sizes. It's today's men. It's today's men that, they gotta be this, they gotta be that. And then Monique said, if a real woman can cook a pound cake naked, that man will love her. Now I'm like, Monique, listen, you right about woman knowing how to cook naked. But if there's some burgundy lingerie hitting the curves right, I'm going to forget the cake and eat her cake, okay? Listen. I say too much on live sometimes. Listen, that's what Monique said in the interview about if a real woman can cook a pound cake naked. That's what she said. Don't get mad at me. Listen. So, because Story B said, I would be more upset with Leo than Tyler Perry because she didn't have to accept the role. That is true. That is very, very true. So, Sydney said to Monique about, black men in her life, of you're using the molestation of your brother as a crutch for your behavior. I'm laughing at I said what I said with the emojis here. I absolutely love it. So Sydney said, you're using your molestation of your brother as a crutch for your behavior. You could not do it. You cannot do nothing about it then, but you are in control of you now. And she said her psychologist said the same thing. Dr. Cassandra Wando said to Monique, I need you to go someone who has no dog in the fight. And so, when Monique said that she had her share of men, right? She had her share of men. And Shannon Sharpe said it was just a body for the lonely. And Monique said, things sound good when you're drunk, ain't it, Shannon? I'm like, Lord help. But it's true though. Sometimes that body is just there just to feel your loneliness. And then, y'all, I'm quoting Sydney. By the way, 13 people, 12 people in the building. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. By the way, we've been on the highways and byways of the possibilities of what could be at this virtual tour live, a part 2 of the Shannon Sharpe Monique interview for 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 26 seconds. Glad to have all of you here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. So, when it came to Monique having her share of men, Sydney had a very unique perspective. Now, this is verbatim, okay? So don't get mad at me with what I'm about to say. Sydney said to Monique, "You're not a whore, you just have friendly pussy." Yo, I busted out laughing so damn hard because I'm like, why would you say that to your wife? Why would you say that to your wife? That's like Todd Chrisley said to a white woman on the Steve Harvey show. You know what? Hang on 1 second. Because I can't do this. I can't do this. Hang on. I can't do this. Oh my God. Because y'all know I bring up the Todd Chrisley quote often, but some of y'all have not seen it. So, because that quote was almost like Todd Chrisley. Hang on. I just can't do it. Okay, Todd Chrisley. Okay. So y'all. So I'm gonna show this from the Steve Harvey show, okay? Oh my Lord. Y'all are not gonna be ready for this. Y'all are just not going to be ready for this. So there's a build up to this, okay? I just want y'all to know, okay? Okay, let me pause it here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna watch the whole thing. It's just 4 minutes, y'all. Give me a moment, okay? Because this moment right here is, yeah. That's what that's what Monique said. That Sydney said to her. It's not that you're a whore. You just have friendly pussy. So, y'all, give me a moment because this clip here is going to. It's gonna make y'all laugh. Just give me a moment. Okay? Listen. Here we go. This is Todd Chrisley and Steve Harvey. Here we go.
Jessica, what's happening in your life?
My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 2.5 years. We've lived together for 2 of them.
I'm with you. I said what I said. She doesn't need to say everything.
I told him that I loved him because I thought he was going to tell me, and he didn't say anything back. And so when I asked him about our relationship, he says he's a man of actions. So for Christmas, I really just kind of want him to reciprocate. So is it a deal breaker if your man never tells you I love you?
Why you gotta ask for something that you deserve?
Are you for real right now? Don't you think you should have heard I love you before you said I'll move in with you?
That part.
Probably.
Come on, Todd.
And just so you know, that most guys, when you got us in bed, even when we don't love you, we'll say we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a point to this clip. Keep watching.
Said it every time.
I even said that to my ex-wife. So you're telling me that even in the moment he ain't told you he loved you. You need to pack your and leave. That is your Christmas gift to you.
I miss Todd Chrisley on TV. I really do.
Is taking your life back, taking your self-esteem back, and saying there is somewhere, someone that is better.
Now,
Amen to that.
does he act like he loves you?
Depends on his.
The fact that she's having to say depends says that he's not hitting the mark.
See, listen to me. We're missing two elements of love.
Yeah.
He don't act like it, and he don't say it.
Because he don't feel it.
That
Because
part.
you moved in 6 months. Like Todd said, you should have heard that before you moved in. So he figured love was not a requirement for this relationship to exist. I can get the milk, the cow, the cookie, the cream, the pie, the butter. I can get all
the
this,
products
and I
without
do
buying the
not
factory.
have to purchase the cow.
We've had a lot of conversations about marriage, though. That's what he wants, and we've had conversations.
But honey,
about
listen to me. You're not hearing us. Do not make your situation worse. I mean, that's jumping from the frying pan into the fire. I have 2 daughters. First of all, I don't run a shack job. My girls ain't shacking up.
Yeah.
If you can't put a ring on their hand, you can't put a deed in their hand at the day of that wedding, you ain't getting my daughter.
Todd,
Now
that's my
watch
rule.
this. This is coming
I
up.
married
Watch
off 2
this.
of my daughters. My daughters ain't living with nobody. Not.
Because I don't raise hoes or
personally-
crackheads.
Huh?
I do not raise whores or crackheads.
Hoes? What is you talking about, hoes?
Because I just feel like that you should not be shacked up before you get married.
Don't she right there, Todd?
I'm not saying you a hoe.
That's what you said.
I'm saying you.
Trust me, I ain't a hoe.
I'm saying you exhibit hoe behavior.
Shut your
One more time. Because let me tell you something. I remember seeing this on TV. Now, Alex Duda, who is the executive producer for the Kelly Clarkson show, she executive produced the Steve Harvey show. Let's watch this moment one more time, because this goes to the quote of, "You're not a whore, you just have friendly pussy." Hang on.
Hoes? What is you talking about, hoes?
Because I just feel like that you should not be shacked up before you get married.
Don't she right there, Todd?
I'm not saying you a hoe.
That's what you said.
I'm saying you.
Trust me, I ain't a hoe.
I'm saying you exhibit hoe behavior.
Shut your.
Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. Even though Steve Harvey is black, his executive producer is white. So I'm going to be Alex Duda. I'm going to be the executive producer. And we're going to get back to Monique in a moment. But we're just taking a little detour on this tour, okay? Cut. What the fuck? Well, he said not me. I don't give a damn what he said. You can't say whole behavior on daytime TV. Try to keep my damn career. Hell, you already talked too damn much, and you doing the fucking damn most. And now you got a white man telling a white woman that she exhibited a whole behavior. What the hell wrong with you, Steve? Shut. Here's the network. So a white man told a white woman that she was exhibiting a whole behavior. Okay. Hey, listen, can that word be said on TV? Hey, listen, I talked with our FCC department. Listen, that clip is gonna go viral as hell, Alex Duda. I know Todd said it, okay? Listen, at least it was the white man calling the white woman with whole behavior, not Steve saying whole behavior, because we have a scandal on our hands, because black people, we gotta keep them in the box. But listen, listen to me, Alex Duda. When you shut the hell up, that's your damn problem. You talk too damn much. Listen, got an opinion on everybody else, but you can't do no damn talk show. Hell, listen, just put it in the show. It is going to go. Will you shut the hell up? Alex, run the damn show or you're fucking fired. Shut up. Now, for those of you who think I'm doing the most, everybody ain't a Christian 7 days a week. The person that you see in public and the person in that boardroom are two completely different people, so don't even get on to me. That was a brilliantization, okay? I'm just gonna be real with you. Meanwhile, Todd Chrisley. So that's gonna be on TV. We cool. Steve, what the hell is wrong with you? Well, hell, you say too damn much, and you got a daytime talk show. That's not the point. You can't say that on daytime TV. Once again, who's got a 4-hour damn radio show? Who says whatever the hell he want to? You ain't gonna tell me what to do. I know this show damn show, but you brought me on. I don't have to be here. Well, I mean, Steve, you do say what's on your mind on Family Feud, right? You know what? I need a moment. That's what Steve said that day. Somebody said to him, "You do too damn much on Family Feud. Why can't Todd Chrisley say what he needs to say?" All right, y'all, let's get back to this damn review. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have y'all here. Now, listen, that gets cut. Y'all saw it, okay? So I'll probably just have to trim out that segment, okay? But listen, y'all saw it. But anyway, I think I talked through it enough where they won't do nothing. But anyway, can't promise that. But anyway. So, but yeah, that whole quote right there, I'm just like, now listen. If my wife comes to me with, her past, I'm not going to say to her that she wasn't a whore. You had friendly pussy. I'm not going to say that. That would make me feel bad. Like, I'm not going to say it to my wife. What the hell wrong with me? But hey, listen, every couple communicates differently. But child, that took me flat out. So the father-daughter relationship that Monique had was good when she was 13 years old. Sorry, it was good when Monique was little, but at 13 years old, it changed. So mom and dad, her mom and dad, Monique's mom and dad, never physically abused each other, but they mentally abused each other. So Monique won a Ford Festiva. All she needed was $2. And she wanted her dad to be a co-signer. So dad said no. And dad said, you won't hook up my crib, but dad's co-signed for a sister. And then, Monique went over to her grandmother and said that, he knows she's going to be okay. And so Monique said she was glad that her dad was the co-signer. She had to work for it out the mud and all that. So I thought that was a very, real moment. I mean, first of all, if you do it for one child, you gotta do it for all. But sometimes too, you have to go through some things to realize some things. And so, Shan says, "How can we heal from trauma?" And so Monique says, "We gotta deal in truth to heal from trauma." And then the Netflix story comes up. And so, Netflix paid somebody 26 times more. And so, Monique said, "How can we work this out?" Netflix wanted to work this out. And they did talk about the settlement and that, she would like to do another Netflix special. And so, we talked about this earlier, but Shannon says, to Monique, "Do you wear auntie like it's a badge of honor when they call me uncle?" And, she's like, "Absolutely. I'm going to be the auntie and tell you what you need to hear. But I'm still going to love you, though. But I'm going to tell you what you need to hear." And then this woman named Sylvia Travia Morrison, I think she was the first Black writer on Saturday Night Live, but she was known as a production assistant. So then we get to dating. Okay. Now, listen, I am repeating what was said in the interview. Okay. Monique said that, Shan doesn't need to be dating these young girls. And this is what Monique said, okay? And if y'all watched the interview, y'all know exactly what I'm about to say. For those of you who did, y'all about here for the first time. Monique said that Shan needs an old bitch. And and that he needs a fat girl. And so Monique, you can't do that. You can't say that. Why? Why? So then she says, hey, Revelation 2023, welcome and glad to have you here. Then she says that she knows Miss Elladora. And Miss Elladora said that, you need a woman. Miss Elladora said, I think Shan likes cake, and Miss Elladora makes a mean red velvet. And Shan said that he liked red velvet. And Monique said she's a good one because she got no teeth. I'm like, you know what? I need you to shut up. I need you to shut up. Oh, Lord. Okay, I got to do it all over again. The dramatization. I'm going to need you to shut up. I need you to shut up. I need you to shut up, Monique. You can't say that Miss Eleanor don't have no teeth. Because you know what you're trying to say, Monique. You are trying to say that people with no teeth can give it. Low key without saying it. And that was disrespectful because we didn't need to hear an elder that could make red velvet cake and had no teeth. We didn't need to hear that. We didn't need to hear that. And she really said Miss Eleanor had no teeth, but she could make a good red velvet cake. And so Monique said that, Uncle Shay Shay needs a spice of life from time to time. He may go to white women, but he always come back. And so, Monique is thankful to her man. Listen, Monique took me out in some of this stuff. Like here's the thing. It felt like a private conversation that I did not need to be a part of, right? That we didn't need to be a part of. But it was really cool, like looking in. But Monique said that she is thankful to her man, and that black women haven't been trained, and they don't have the understanding because they've been conditioned to go against a black man because black men are this, black men are that, and so she said if they can get past that and see the love of a black man, then they'll let the guard down. And so Shannon asked about what Shaq said, that you should not open up to a woman because if you open up to a woman, that she can use that stuff against you. And then Monique, you didn't have to flame Shaq like this. You didn't have to flame Shaq that bad. But she said, I love Shaquille O'Neal, but how can he talk when he don't have a woman? Y'all give me a moment. I'm still right here. Now, I thought the Tiffany Haddish, comment of if you had a husband, you would have 2 DUIs and you would not have been in a position to look like you were grooming children, took me out. But I'm just like, she said, how can you listen to somebody that don't have a woman? I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. Not here, not there, not anywhere. The pretend sleeper brain Lee I am. I'm just like, really, I can't do it. I simply cannot do it. I'm like, good damn. But Monique did say something very important. She said, if you have that person in your life, they are your rock regardless. And I totally agree with that. There was a quote on Facebook that I'll never forget that said, if a man is venting to you, that he's complimenting you. And I totally agree with that. And so she also, said that a man is a man, because Oprah would say that, after the show, Gail will calm her down. And Shannon said, what about Stedman? You said it, not me. I'm like, Monique, you can't keep putting me asleep with these truths that you telling. Like, really, I can't do it. She said that Oprah said that Gail will calm her down after a show. And that, Monique said that she knew that she would get married again after 2 marriages. The first marriage was, he didn't purchase, the cow. The second marriage couldn't pay the rent. And, during the second part of the interview, Monique said that she was going to share something that she never shared with anybody else. And it got to the end of the interview. And she said, Shan, you ready? I'm going to tell you something that no one else knows. Bia Cat Williams are fraternal twins. That's it. That's all I want to say. I'm like, really? That's the big announcement? Really? Really? So then, one of the off-cam producers said, do you have anything that you want to promote? And Monique said it, I think the best way she could have said it. She said, keep watching, and I am promoting life. Y'all, that is your part 2 review of Shannon Sharpe and Monique interview in Club Shay Shay. I'm going to drop the link because I know y'all got a lot to say. I got a lot to hear. So let me drop the link so you can come on up. Y'all let me know how I did. Did I do the most? Did I not do enough? By the way, if you watch part 1, let me know what you thought of part 1 as well. So let me get myself together here. Yeah, I got everything. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn on my camera. Hang on, let me do it right. I'm gonna turn on my camera because I've done the whole show for an hour. Let me get the link pinned up for y'all real quick. All right, here. The link is pinned. If you guys want to come up, as you guys are getting ready to come up, there has been some developments. So this video is from Ace's Style. I'm subscribed to her.
What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So every single person, it seems like, who's going on Club Shay Shay is doing well once they leave that couch, right? So we got Cat Williams. He announced that he's going on tour, the Dark Matter comedy tour. He picked up Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori. Shout out to her. Okay. Now Monique, right? She left that couch, and baby, she about to get a cute coin. She is going to make the announcement that she's joining Cat, and I'll let you hear it in her own words.
And I want to talk to y'all about our brother, Cat Williams. Now, y'all know that is my fraternal twin brother, non-biological, okay? And I want to tell y'all about my twin brother, Cat Williams, baby. Guess what? I'm going to be joining my brother, my twin brother, Cat Williams, on the Dark Matter tour. So I'm excited. We are excited. I cannot wait to see y'all, Connecticut. I see y'all tomorrow night with our brother, Cat Williams, Albany, New York, with our brother, Cat Williams. And I'll say this too, and I told him this. I said, for as funny and as talented as you are, your heart is far bigger. And I want to talk to him about.
I love that.
So shout out to Ace's Style. Y'all subscribe to her. 1,250 subscribers. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to her. I want y'all to hear that. And that just goes to show that, hey, listen, anything and everything is possible when you release your voice, right? So this next clip here is Monique and her husband hopping on live to discuss D.L. Hughley, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, and Just Hilarious. So here we go. This is from the Shade Room. Here we go.
Our brother, D.L. Hughley. And we are firm believers on what is right and what is wrong. Yes. So we got to start off by saying there was an inaccuracy as it regards Monique saying that there was a cease and desist that was given to DL to shut it down. What had taken place, to be accurate, was after Monique spoke to Brother DL on that conversation, Brother DL said, what?
Well, after we spoke on that conversation, when we hung up that phone, the last thing he said was, it is what it is. And I said, DL, then we're going to have to get our attorney involved. That's the last thing me and DL Hughley said on that conversation.
And after having that conversation with Monique, we went and got our brother.
So, by the way, did y'all see Kelly Price? Kelly Price, what the hell is your ass doing in Monique's live? and you haven't said which Sunday best judge fornicated with children and cheated on somebody's husband, but yet you didn't bring no receipts. Why is your itch ass in Monique's live? You got some work to do. Shut the hell up. Oh, y'all don't know about that, do you? Go to that Kelly Price live video. I talk about it. I do. Let's roll on. I was like, really, Kelly Price?
Attorney involved, Attorney Anderson. At the time, there were some emails that were transferred back and forth between his side and our side, and it escalated to a point when we had our attorney on the email, whereby then finally DL said that he would scratch the interview.
Yes.
So it was inaccurate that a cease and desist had to be given. However, that was the next step, and that's what Monique remembered, because when I discussed it with her, we said that would be the next step. But to DL's credit, at that moment, when it had escalated, that's when he decided to shut it down. However, that is a bit different from how it seemed to have been communicated, whereby on the phone, they were having a conversation and it was kumbaya. Though he never used those words, kumbaya, it did not end. Attorney involved, Attorney Anderson, at the time, and with her being under the impression that this was going to be resolved and shut down. So we wanted to make that clear out of love and respect for Brother DL. And despite all the commentary that he gave, with all the crunches she be doing, the captain's in the front.
I do.
And
I do.
Tell her.
I'm a sneak snacker, baby.
And she doesn't sneak when she snacks.
Okay. Hey.
But nonetheless, we wanted to be clear, because at the end of the day, we Black folks in this world of entertainment, and there was a level of harshness in his return that seemed a little bit exaggerated for the moment. And we wanted to make it clear, and I think Monique ended with her being under the...
You know, when I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who I went after, so that there's no confusion here. When I was on stage, when I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said, it must be hard to perform oral sex.
But differently.
Okay, on a coward. That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife. When it comes to your daughter, to the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about, I didn't do that interview. I simply reposted. You know, when I watched DL, said what you said. So when you say, Monique, you went after my daughter, that's untrue, DL. I posted what you said. And then when you said when you were really going for it with your shades on, and you said, Monique said, I stood by and watched my daughter be raped. DL Hughley, that's your conscience talking to you, brother. I never said that. I never said that. And I want to be a little clear about something else. Never would I try to do anything to harm any of your babies, because we got babies too. So never would I try to do anything to harm your children. However, what I was saying to your daughter and to the other daughters out there, I know what it's like for your daddy to know you've been touched and he not protect you, because my daddy did the same thing. That did what that whole point was, but I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother. I don't think it's brave that you didn't protect your baby. So when I said what I was saying, let me be clear to you, DL Hughley, it had nothing to do in reference to your family, and you know that. Now, when you were speaking and you were going off and you said, what did you say? She was so offended by the game we play, but you didn't say what the offense was. And that's the part for me that is disheartening, that you continue to try to trick and smoke and mirror our people. If you're gonna say it all the way through. When you say family is sacred, you are absolutely right, baby. You're right. But when you say would my husband rather, and you co-sign your team of people doing that, well, isn't my husband sacred? What that whole point was, but I was.
If we come together, we're gonna win just by default. So at the end of the day, when you get to talking about how Monique is not loved and this, that, and the other, that's your perception. But what I'll say is it is due to the love that we have that we're able to love those that say things that could be construed as hurtful, but we understand that the old saying of hurt people. So we don't take what you say personally, brother. And again, it's nothing but love. In addition to the fact, I'm Q-Sci-Fi. Just like you, except I've been in about 29 going on 30 years. I'm not gonna argue with you, frat. Ain't nothing but love. So we wanted to extend that to you and let you know what it is. And again, if you ever want to speak, let's have a real conversation. If we come together,
she's a beautiful asset sitting in that seat. And she's going to bring something very special to that show. And I know the community is agreeing with what I'm saying right now, because what that sister did when she sat in that seat, she was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see for years. And just that baby sitting there with nothing but honesty and said, no, we got to deal with this, y'all. You don't understand what that baby's bringing to that show. Because what she's not going to be bringing is, let's knock down, drag them out. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And because you babies owned it and you apologize.
We love you. And we loved you then. Not mad. And want y'all to win.
That's all. So if she's a beautiful ass.
So, give me a moment as I find the clip of Charlamagne the God. So, Kastori, you said, so when is he not her husband and her manager? Because I don't think he knows the difference. That was instilled for her to say anything about. I agree with you. I think, leave kids out of it. You know what I mean? But he did also say about his daughter, right? That there was somebody that mistreated his daughter, and that he didn't stand up for it. So that was public information, but just because it's public doesn't mean that you have the right to say it, right? You know what I mean? And Monique may benefit from therapy. Absolutely. And, I think everybody has a different process to do what they do. So here we go with this.
The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. And they had a whole call-in. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out we settled. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up.
Now, if you remember Monique back in the day, like 2018, called for a boycott of Netflix, saying they lowballed her. Monique said in an Instagram video that Netflix offered her $500,000 for a comedy special. And she pointed out Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock $20 million. I gave her donkey of the day for that because it was, in my opinion, that Monique, wasn't on the level of Dave, Amy, and Chris. And she came on Breakfast Club and said this.
And what happens is when you're basing off of what you're assuming, and then you give me a title of donkey of the day. Is your mother still alive?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're from what city in South Carolina?
Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
Moncks Corner. And if I was to call your mother or your grandmother, could they tell me stories of inequality that they had to deal with?
Absolutely.
So would your mother be a donkey?
No.
Would your grandmother be a donkey?
No.
I need you to explain how you gave me the title because you're not explaining it. You're going off of what I assume, but because you're on that microphone, and when we open up these microphones, we know just how powerful our voices can be, don't we, Angela?
Yes, we do.
And we know that what we say can become law, correct, Lenore?
Absolutely.
So when we do that, we must then explain it to our community because we know how poisonous it can be when we put things out, but we can't back it up. We just say it.
Monique, you were right. I had no business speaking on your business, okay? There's absolutely a pay discrepancy for black women. Black women are typically paid only 67 cents for every dollar paid to white men, and the wage gap actually widens to 65 cents on the dollar for black women who hold doctorate degrees compared to white men with the same education, okay? Not to mention, all the proof is in the pudding. When you see a company as big as Netflix with all the money Netflix has, they could have dragged this out, okay? They settled with Monique. Okay, and still put out a Monique comedy special. Okay, Monique, God bless you, sister. And if you have never heard me say this before, or if I've never said it because I was born in 1978 and my memory is not what it used to be, I apologize for being wrong. Okay,
say it again.
Man, shut up.
No, seriously, your kneecap.
I am.
Could you need to go ahead. Yeah.
Say it again.
Could y'all stop?
Say it
Give me a
clearly.
moment.
That's crazy.
Right? Regardless of how I felt about the situation with you and Netflix, I had no business in your business and broadcasting your business, and it was Envy's idea to open the phone lines for people to comment on your business. Wasn't mine, okay? But I truly, were you gonna apologize?
I apologize, Monique.
Okay.
And I think you should apologize to her husband as well.
I apologize to her husband, Sydney. I truly pray this apology is received by you, Monique, and I hope you heal, because I feel like when I hear somebody talking about something for a long period of time, that means they have been holding on to it and it's bothering them in some way. And as a therapist once told me, if you don't want your peace disturbed, don't disturb the peace of others. I clearly disturbed your peace. I heard Donkey today mentioned in the intro to your Netflix special. I heard you talk about Donkey today on Club Shay Shay. Monique, I apologize. I want peace. I want us to heal whatever this is. I want that for everybody you mentioned in the Club Shay Shay interview. I truly pray for peace and healing for us all. Monique, I want that for you. I want that for me because I love us for real.
That's good. You're doing what's right. Sitting over there looking like a wannabe ass Bokeem Woodbine.
I just knew you had something to say.
Yeah.
I just knew it.
I'm going to keep on saying you look like DJ Paul Nub. That's what you look like. And his look a little better.
Hey.
Fresh kneecap head.
Let's
look good.
The breakfast nubs.
You know what? I'm not mad at Just Hilarious, man. You know what? I believe that right is right and wrong is wrong. And listen, to that point could story be of, when is he not her husband and is her manager? Tamar Braxton and Vince Herbert, also had that situation where there was no off switch. And so I don't know how they do it, but I do think sometimes in life, sometimes things have to come ahead so you can understand what you need to deal with. And so I know that Sydney feels like this is his responsibility to protect his woman. But I'll just say this. It's not about the quantity of ways you can protect a woman. It's the quality of who you are and how you protect your woman. And I think Sydney doesn't need to be Monique's manager. There's a website called Diverse Representation that there are black agents on that website. Jalen Hurts has a black manager. You know what I mean? So that can definitely happen. But I do think sometimes heavy is that wears the crown. So I agree with you because sometimes, we see him be manager, we see him be husband, and it seems like there's no off switch, right? So, but great question. Great question. By the way, shout out to the Jasmine brand for that energy. So. If y'all want to come up, y'all are more than welcome to come on up. I am literally just chilling out with y'all. I'm glad to have y'all here. So, Good Lord Jesus. 9 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all y'all here in the building. We are just chilling. I do think that this was a powerful interview for the fact of Monique has said her piece. And I think people are getting to, it appears to me Monique wants someone to rescue her. Rescue her in what capacity? If you can give context, I said why I said what capacity? Let me take down this here. There we go. 10 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of y'all here in the building. But that's the thing. I don't know what Monique wants to be rescued from. I guess that's the thing that I'm asking. In all aspects of life, she likes that her husband takes care of her. Okay. I can receive what you're saying with that. In the bushes at work. No, all good, beautiful, all good. I appreciate you being here. Listen, I feel that whoever your partner is, they should not. How can I put this? They should not be your everything. They should be your something. I'm going to say that one more time. They should not be your everything. They should be your something. And I say that because if you put pressure on your person to be everything, then they can't be your something when you actually need a place to fall. Wow, that's deep. That is actually really deep if you think about it. If they are your everything, they can't be your something for when you need them. Good damn. Good damn. I'll say that one more time. If your partner is everything, they can never be your something when you need a place to fall. Lord Jesus, be a fence all around me every day. No, it's all good. I'm glad to have you here. It is all good. I agree. I'm looking at how she acts. She's stuck on her trauma that she endured as a child. I can definitely agree with that. I think there's a lot of people that probably also agree with you as well. I said what I said. I think the biggest thing is, in the words of Bishop T.D. Jakes, he said, holding on to your history can hold you from your destiny. And I think Monique is in a position now, hopefully, that she will allow herself to be in all of her freedom. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think the Monique show could come back because she does have a energy to her as a talk show host. I remember watching the Monique show and laughing my behind off. You know what I mean? It's funny because I can't remember what it was, but it was some story about Monique, and it was and Rodney Perry was in the Onyx collab, and he said, let me run off and talk to Mo about it, and he had no idea. So I didn't see him last night in the I didn't see him last night in the Onyx collab. But I wonder what Ronnie Perry has to say on the interview. What would y'all like to see Monique in? Would y'all like to see her do more acting? Would y'all like to see her bring back the Monique show? If you, I'm not going to say if you were Monique's manager, but if you was on Monique's team, what would you say to her? She's too busy fighting everybody to do anything, in my opinion. Oh, okay. All right. No, listen. Hey, we are about transparency over here, and I can definitely see what you're saying within that, right? Yeah, I definitely can see what you're saying with that. That if you're fighting so hard for your voice to be heard, can you even appreciate your voice being in the room? So I could definitely see what you're saying. I can definitely see what you're saying. Well, like I said, I mean, her interview is out. We'll see what it does. Actually, let me go over to Club Shay Shay. So Club Shay Shay, 57 million views, released 1 month ago. As of right now, the Monique interview is at 5 million, is at 5.1 million views right now. So I feel like for Monique, it's going to be a slow burn with this interview, but I do think it will. I think it's going to do at least 10 million views because it's already halfway there, right? I think she should continue to act. She's a great actress. Now, I will say that absolutely. You know, I told y'all that the Parkers came back, and and Dale is no longer here. Yvette Wilson, God rest her soul. I think if Endell's cousin inherited Endell's, I think that would be the way to make it come back. And then you have the nephew of Tommy Ford's character, who was Monique's ex. Now, I said that Endell's cousin should be Wente Talk. Now, listen, I don't like scripts, so I'm not an actor. But y'all know my mouth is a powerful tool. You understand? So listen. And then you add in Lunel as a best friend to Monique. Lunel, Monique, and Wente Talks in a 30-minute sitcom. Oh my God. And then you know what? Wanda Sykes can be look, Wanda Sykes can be the manager over Endell's. You know what I mean? Wente Talk is the owner, but Wanda Sykes is the manager. That would be funny to me. Absolutely funny. Wait, you mean Wanda Sykes could play the neighbor? Okay, I can see Wanda Sykes playing the neighbor for sure. I can see that. I can definitely see that for sure. And I do think a Parker's Revival could be really good. I mean, honestly, after this interview, why not do a Parker's Revival? Like, capitalize on it. Personally, that's what I think. But then again, that's just me, though. That's just me. You know what? I'm going to do a poll question real quick here. Let me see if I can do it. Not chat. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to do it on my laptop computer. $19 likes. Thank y'all so much for the love. I appreciate y'all. Here's the question. Okay. Hang on, y'all. Y'all about to get the question in a minute. Hang on. They did a revision of Frasier, Fresh Prince, and both were all right. It never works when they try to revisit old shows, make them new, leave a classic a classic. Well, I mean, Revelation, we're adding Braylon Lee and When Tay Talks. Like, come on now. Like, you can't get better than us. Like, even for us, like, just a fantasy. You know what I mean? Just a fantasy. But I do agree with you. Some things do need to be left alone. I do agree. I do agree. All right, here we go, y'all. Y'all ready for your poll question for this evening? And I'm going to leave it up for a while. Here we go. There is your question. If the Parker's Revival reboot came to OWN, would you watch it? Your choices are yes, no, maybe. Oprah needs to apologize first. I'll be right here waiting for y'all because I'm curious. I'm curious to see what y'all have to say. I am curious to see what y'all have to say. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we got maybe, and Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. Okay, 3 votes now. Maybe at 67%. Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. 33%. Okay. Thelma Little is saying no, she would not watch it. Okay. And y'all, this is not saying that it's going to happen, okay? I just want y'all to fully know that. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. But this is just a thought, right? Because think about this, right? You know, my mom has always said, do unto others as they do unto you, because you never know who you're going to need at the end of your life, right? But sometimes, though, sometimes in life, you know, Revelation, go to the damn corner. Go to the damn corner. I can't with you, but I still love you, though. Because look at it like this, right? If we think about this correctly, correct? Right now, with Love and Marriage Huntsville, there's a lot of controversy, correct? Over not handling business, right? But imagine if the Parkers came to own. Now, at this point, Oprah kind of needs Monique in a way. Because Ish hadn't hit the fan yet with Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's hit the fan on social media. It's hit the fan, through, a lot of blogs, TMZ and The Sun and everything else, right? But it hasn't hit the Oprah Winfrey Network yet in terms of a lawsuit. But what if the Parkers could come to own? And we're talking about all the episodes and the revival. And not to mention, let's throw in an overall deal with Warner Brothers Discovery and the Oprah Winfrey Network for Monique to produce content. Now, do you see how this could work out for Mo? Because now Mo can be in control of Oprah's fate. Do y'all follow what I'm saying? Is that making sense to y'all? Let's see here. I feel like Oprah can't stand Mo, but I could be wrong. Well, here's the thing, right? For those of you who may remember the Toni Braxton interview where, Oprah said, "Why do you have gold and Gucci flatware?" Right? And that interview hurt Toni Braxton so much. Well, Toni Braxton and Oprah Winfrey worked together on some Christmas movies, right? And they aired on the Oprah Winfrey Network, so they were able to hash things out. So I'm not saying that it can't happen. But let me ask you this, Revelation. Do you feel like Oprah can't stand Monique because of how much Mo talked about? Or do you feel like at this point, Oprah is just done to be done? Like she has no more energy? Okay, I see maybe at 80% and Oprah needs to apologize first, Brad, 20%. Are the votes changing because I'm setting up circumstances that could make sense? Yes or no? I think she's done. Okay. I can receive that. Toni didn't go after Oprah, though. That is true. That is very true. I was just bringing that up for the fact that things were worked out. Hello, Sunshine Rays, beautiful Sunshine Rays. Glad to have you here, beautiful. Good to see you. I think she's done. Okay. I'm going to leave that poll up for the rest of the time because I really do want to see where this ends up. 11 people in the building. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are live on tour. We have reviewed part 2 of the Shannon Sharpe Monique interview. Of course, if you missed part 1 is on the Brainly YouTube channel. And timestamps, by the way, are on that video. You know what I mean? Because trust me, I knew that people were not going to sit there for a 3-hour video. So the review is done in the first hour of that video. So if you need to see part 1, you got part 1. We're talking about part 2 now. The poll question for this evening is, if the Parkers Revival reboot came to the Oprah Winfrey Network, would you watch it? Your 4 choices is yes, no, maybe Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. 20% Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. And then maybe is at 80% as of right now. And also, too, if you want to come up on StreamYard and give your take on what's going on here, you can definitely feel free to do that or participate in the live chat if you cannot come up. Sunshine Ray said Oprah and Tyler blackball Monique. If it was a known white actress, they would have never done that. That is factual. That is factual. In the words of many people on Sunshine Rays, as we say, hashtag clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T. Because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Now Monique did bring up Melissa McCarthy, right? Excuse me, sorry, y'all. What if, like Keith Sweat said, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things? Absolutely agreed. I said absolutely agreed with you, beautiful. Now, she said Melissa McCarthy. Now, Melissa McCarthy is damn hilarious, okay? I can't take that away from her, and I really do enjoy her, right? So if you got Wanda Sykes as the manager of Vendale's, you got When Tate Talks as the owner of Vendale's, you got Lunel as the best friend to Monique, and then you have Wanda Sykes. I think Wanda Sykes could be the neighbor. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got it now. So When Tate Talks is the owner of Endell's. You got Wanda Sykes as the neighbor. You got Lunel as the best friend. If you add some more as the manager of Endell's, and then you add Melissa McCarthy as Miss Nikki Parker's co-worker, that could be funny. See where I'm going here? She did bring up Melissa McCarthy, and Melissa McCarthy does bring in the bank. She does bring in the back. She does bring in a good check. See, I really could be in casting, but see, I got too much juice for me. Let's see here. Okay, 6 votes now. I got 17% saying Oprah needs to apologize first, and no for 17%. Then I got maybe for 67%. What makes this whole Sunshine Ray says, what makes this thing, let me see here. Sorry. Sunshine Ray said, what makes this whole thing sad is the white directors and producers already treat black actresses and actors a certain way. To see your own people do the same thing, it hurts you to the core. That's very true. When you're not respected by your own people, it is quite sad. That's a lot of heavy hitters. I don't know who has that kind of budget. Netflix. Now, if Monique was able to get a Netflix special, y'all remember Fuller House and how big that thing was? Y'all remember that? Netflix got buku money. I would do a Netflix special, and I'm not even a comedian. I would do a social commentary special on Netflix. Listen, what would I call my Netflix special? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait a minute. I think I got Braylon Lee beaming down the truth to you. Yes, Braylon Lee beaming down the truth to you. A Netflix social commentary special. Yes, baby. Yes. Listen. You heard it here first. Braylon Lee beaming the truth down to you. Netflix social commentary special. See, there we go. See, I help everybody win. I help myself win. I help Monique win. I help everybody win. And listen, I think Netflix will be game on for it. I really do. Let me see here. 6 votes. 10 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building. Good to have y'all in the building with me. I appreciate y'all being here. I really mean that. So this is a very interesting poll. I kind of figured it would kind of go this way. And I really do thank y'all for the 10 likes. I appreciate that, by the way. Much love. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate the fact that you guys are being real in this poll, because it looks like 67% is winning out. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it up for the rest of the time. Because it looks like, oh, wait a minute, it just changed as soon as I said something. Oh, wait a minute. Now now it is a race. All right, we got 14% in a triple way tie. 14% say yes, 14% say no, 14% said Bray, Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray, and 57% said maybe. Wow, okay. This is interesting. This is really interesting, because what it's telling me is there is interest in a Parker's revival. Now, listen, it may not be on OWN, and I'm going to say this very respectfully. I don't think OWN has the budget. I think Oprah will have to throw some money into this personally. Just saying. But I do think it could happen, though. Hey, G Baby, Who Baby, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We are just chilling out, talking about part 2 review. The part 2 to the interview of Shannon Sharpe and Monique. There's a poll right now. The Parker's Revival reboot came to OWN. Would you watch it? Yes, no, maybe. And Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. 14% G Baby, Who Baby. 14% is a triple way tie. Yes, no, and Oprah needs to apologize first, Bray. And then 57% said maybe. Man, oh man, oh man. Just like, okay. This is very interesting. So where do y'all think Monique goes from here? I mean, you have an interview with Shannon Sharpe. You get your truth out there. I haven't heard Kevin Hart say anything yet about him contributing to Monique. Let's see. I love the Parkers, and if they could get together, it would be good. Okay. I received that. Let me see. Kevin Hart, Monique. I'm just trying to see if Kevin Hart said something. I'm not seeing anything from Kevin Hart yet. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's 2017. Okay. I would like to hear from Kevin Hart, though. I really would like to hear from Kevin Hart, because, I mean, allegedly, Kevin Hart said that, he would help Monique produce or whatever and all that type of stuff. So I would like to hear. And she did. I said what I said. She partnered up with 50 Cent on Black Mafia Family as Goldie. So she did do that. Don't know if that partnership has continued or not, but she did do that, correct. Just watched her at I just watched her live show with her husband. Just did. Yes. You mean on Instagram? We watched that as well, we didn't watch it live, but we watched the clips. We watched the clips. Well, I mean, now, like I said, it's up to yes, okay. No, like I said, now it is up to shoot. It is up to Monique now to see what she is going to do. So let's see here. Let me go to GMA Good Morning America, because I just saw something. Because Apple Music released the trailer for Usher's Super Bowl halftime show. I'm going through Good Morning America because Apple Music, I don't know. So y'all give me one momento. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you want to come on up, feel free to come on up and give your take on the interview. Oh, and GMA is almost there to 5 million subscribers. That's amazing. Let me see here. I'm trying to see. Where? Okay, here it is. Okay. Okay, y'all give me a moment. Y'all give me one momento. Going to share it with all of you. All right, much love, Revelation. I hope you enjoyed the show, beautiful. Much love to you. We'll talk soon. Love you as always. Here we go with GMA. Hey, Snow Time, welcome in. Good to see you. Here we go. Oh, well, y'all can't even hear it. Here we go. Now, here we go.
Pop news time. Yes, it is, George. Good morning to you and all of you. And we're going to begin with some serious Super Bowl halftime hype. All right, earlier we heard how Usher is preparing for the big show. Now we're getting more clues as to what we might expect. Early this morning, Apple Music dropped a new teaser trailer for the halftime show, and it could have some clues. Take a look.
You know what? I'm going to FaceTime him right now.
Go ahead.
We in here. Where you going?
Christopher.
Tim. What up? We all here. Hey, buddy. Yeah.
How was dinner last night?
Something happened last night, Tim.
Luda lost Usher.
Tim, I'm sorry, bro. Usher's gone. Wait. Tim. Wait. He just sent a text message.
Ooh. I don't know if that's you will find him or you will find him.
So that is.
Why did I come to Vegas?
That is Taraji P. Henson, Lil Jon,
So
and
where is
Ludacris.
Usher? We bet he's hard at work somewhere, and we want to break down some possible clues we just saw. First up, Ludacris and Lil Jon, both featured in that teaser. Could it mean that they will join Usher on stage to perform their 2004 hit, Yeah, Yeah? Yeah, we hope so. And what about Taraji? Yeah, I mean, that song's for sure happening. I'm sure those guys are in it. That's my guess. And then Taraji's there as well. Usher serenaded her during his Las Vegas show. Does this mean that he's going to the audience at the Super Bowl, or will he sing the song that he's...
Now, the only problem I have with this, okay, is Taraji P. Henson should have been on me instead of Usher. I said what I said. I was pissed the hell off when I saw that. Being disrespectful out here.
Taraji was into it. Yeah, Taraji. Well, why not? It's Usher. One more clue for you guys. Apple CEO Tim Cook is wearing a t-shirt. If you look closely, Usher's U necklace Okay, that necklace is the one he wore on the album cover of My Way. So does that mean he's performing hits all the way back from 1997? Wow. I don't know. We did a deep dive. We shall see. Tomorrow morning, a full Where is Usher short film is being released. So we're guessing more Easter eggs are on the way.
I love a pop news investigation.
Yes, eagle eye. Hard at work, everybody. I am.
You are.
Very hard at work. Okay, she's into it. Are you listening up? We have more pop news coming. Thank you. Everybody, listen to this song.
So listen, let's go back, okay? Like, I have reasons to be pissed off, okay? First of all, like, God made Taraji P. Henson exactly in the way that she needed to be. You see that switch in action, okay? When I meet Taraji, we gonna have a conversation. Hell wrong with you? Acting a fool out here in Ish. Hell, just being disrespectful. The blasphemy, the unmitigated gall. I am ashamed beside myself and disgusted with her behavior, that her disgusting behavior wasn't on top of me. I am pissed. Let me stop playing. Listen. Lord help me. Lord help me. Just have y'all ever had a friend say what you wanted to say? And then you were like, okay, you know what? Since I can't agree with it, I'm going to just say, you know what? I am ashamed beside myself and disgusted with your behavior. You should be better than that. No one good to them more. That's exactly what you wanted to say. So tomorrow morning, there will be a trailer of Where is Usher in Vegas. So, of course, you guys know I'll be live at 11 a.m. Don't know if it's going to drop at 11 a.m., but hey, if it is released on social media, we will watch it together, okay? I love Story B. She's like, why, Braylon? Why? Why do you have to act a fool this damn much? Can you please behave yourself? I mean, hell, y'all saw the thumbnail. Y'all know my voice, and damn it, you know why you here. I don't know what we talking for. You know, just oh my God. All right, let me get the Daily Motivator up for you good people, and then we're gonna head on out of here because this was a good show. This was a great show. Of course, y'all know I got a morning show for y'all at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And also, y'all, I'm just going to let y'all know the 6 p.m. show is usually jam-packed. But this one, it's got some heat to it. So I'm just going to let y'all know that now. It's got some heat. I found some stories. Yeah. It's no time. I can see you. Hey. All right, let me get the Daily Motivator up for y'all. And like I said, I really am excited about the Super Bowl halftime show. I think it's going to be an absolutely incredible good time. And you got to think about this. To go from a little kid not knowing what you want to be to where you are now. Wait a minute. Okay, let me ask this. Do y'all want the Daily Motivator, or do y'all want to do some houses real quick? I can do a couple of houses. Y'all just let me know. Because let me tell you something. That last house tour, I am so sorry, y'all. Listen, we are live when we do those house tours. That house was such a mitigated disaster. I mean, the house was so bad, I'm almost kind of not pissed at Taraji P. Henson for grinding her curves on Usher, but I'm still pissed off at that where it should have been me. But with the other house, it makes me a little forgiving of Taraji. Just that house there, I don't know. I don't know what the house was. I'm still a little traumatized by it. You know what I mean? Just a little. Just saying. Okay, you got to hit the bell. Okay, I'll do the Daily Motivator. I'll do the Daily Motivator, then we'll head on out. I just had to ask just to make sure. All right. Let's get the Daily Motivator up here for you good people, and then we will be out of here. Okay. All right. I'm a great believer in luck. I find the harder I work, the more I have of it. Thomas Jefferson. Ooh, a wonderful quote by the Thomas Jefferson. It's time for the Daily Motivator for Thursday, February 8th, 2024. It comes back. You gain more by giving than you do by demanding. Oh, that was good. Whatever you need or want or otherwise seek, find ways to offer. If you wish to learn, a powerful way is to be better understood, do the work, and spend the time to understand. Ooh, this one's got some heat to it. I like it. Life and the people who live it reflect your attitude back to you, often with remarkable fidelity. Those around you regularly pick up and mimic your priorities, your actions, and expressions. You can't compel anyone to treat you better, yet you can choose precisely how you interact with everyone else, and that has a big impact. You have much more power than you may realize. That power is best exercised not through complaints and demands, but with the contributions you make and the genuine flavors you offer. Listen patiently, care sincerely, engage respectfully, speak and act honestly, because one way or another, it comes back to you. Ralph Morrison. Oh, wow. No, listen, I listen, much love to you for sure. You know, I really appreciate this because, like I said, this show, and I was talking to my fellow collaborators in the Onyx Collab, by the way, weeknights, 10-9 Central on Clubhouse. If you want to be a part of the Onyx Collab, just click that link there on your phone and download Clubhouse, and you'll be right there with us at 10-9 Central, only on Clubhouse. And I was talking to them, and I was saying to them that, you know, for me doing 6 shows on YouTube a week and then 5 shows on Clubhouse to do 11 shows a week, everything I give, it comes back to me, from the hot topics we talk about here to the engagement of all the lives in the comment section, to the live chats, to just how y'all receive me, I receive y'all. It comes back, but only comes back because I give that, right? So if you want something to come back, you have to give what you're asking for. That's one. Number 2, just know that the strongest love in the world is given to you over time. It's not given to you at one time. The strongest love is given to you over time. It's not given to you at one time. Basically, what am I saying to you? Each and everything that you do has a lesson and a blessing to it. Imagine if you got $1 million in your bank account today. You got all that money, but yet you didn't have the time for you to you didn't give yourself time to sit with the fact that you won $1 million. You're so happy. I'm going to Disney. Well, I'm paying off my house. I'm paying my car. Sometimes we need to sit still with what's coming back to us. We need to sit still with what's coming back to us. And finally, I loved this quote. You cannot compel anyone to treat you better, yet you can choose precisely on how you interact with everyone else, and that has a big impact. Like I said, the people that will talk about you the most, drag you the most, and do anything and everything to get your attention ain't got shit going on. Never have had shit going on, never will have shit going on, and never will be shit happening for them in the future. What do I always say? Higher is weighing, low is available, but either way, we're going on tour. Some people go to the lower that's available because they don't have the capacity, capability, or comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to go to higher. Because there's standards, there's requirements, there's a process to get to that higher. And when you get to that higher that's waiting for you, it comes back to you because it took a higher level of intelligence to get there. The lower that's available, all it takes is ignorant and a broken misdiagnosis. And I say misdiagnosed. A misdiagnosis, which means you're off. Okay, so I'm talking about that medically. Okay? Okay. With that being said, I think it's time for the best outro on YouTube, if I do say so myself. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you are always more a blessing. And trust you may not be where you want to be, but at the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself. It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just recognizing at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, give and it shall be given unto you. But the only way that happens is what you give for it to be coming back to you. Make sure the replay is not just ready for you to watch it, not just where you listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. Always remember, on receive love, you got to give it. On receive love, you got to give it. On receive love, you got to give it. Wherever obstacles you have overcome, wherever successes you have achieved, I'm extremely proud of you on this day. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, Lord, can we just say Uncle Shay Shay is evolving YouTube? Can we say that? Because I think Shannon Sharpe is a legend. Not just because of media, but because of his mentality of how he's using his platform. Let's try and take some lessons and make those blessings, shall we? Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and the blessings are on the way for you, me, and all of us as a people, as a society, culture, and a community. One love, much love. I feel the love, and I send it right back to you. Enjoy the fireworks, everybody. Good night. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Bye.